sa kuldron-kuldron na yan sa 2019 SEA Games na ang mga posibleng kumita ay si Dizon. Kumita talaga yan. Okay? At si Greg Garcia. Sila yung mga nasa likod nun. Pero ang flood control, walang ginawa na task force si Bangag. Yung ICI niya na wala naman siyang napakulong. Na malalaking sindikato na katulad ng kanyang mga gabinete kasi nga magkakasabwat sila. Ulit-ulitin na natin, gas-gas na nga yan. The same na pag-uulit nila sa sinasabi ni Inday Sara o pag-impeach sila kay Inday Sara. Yes, Rebecca Ugata, no? Parang gago, no? Gawan nyo nga ng AI yan. Kunyari, nagko-computer ang gago. Computer? How can you focus na makikinig ka sa bawat panig na nagpapanggap ka na busy-busy kang call center agent ka or clerk ka o secretary ka? Right? Yeah, mga kababayan. That's the real deal right now. So you have to do something. Sa aking mga palangga, talagang mga Muslim brothers natin and sister, manindigan na po kayo. Sumama kayo. Sumama kayo sa pag-gather para iparinig ang inyong nararamdaman. Hello mga palangga. So nagbabalik tayo dahil ayun na nga, mga kababayan, grabe, patindi na ng patindi ang nangyayari sa ating bayan. Kaya naman sabi nga natin dito sa ating title, Senator Alan Cayetano, isusunod na ikukulong, matibag, naninindak, tao ni Bangag, sangkot. Alright, so, yan yung mga topic natin, pero bago tayo mag-focus dyan sa Maleta Gang, gusto ko lang ipakita sa inyo kung gaano na kalala yung sitwasyon ng ating bayan. Araw-araw, pinag-uusapan natin yung impeachment ni Inday Sara dahil yun ang gustong ilagay sa utak ninyo. Araw-araw, pinag-uusapan dyan ng mga Maleta Gang, Kongreso, Senado, ang tungkol sa itinura ni Inday Sara. Pero bago ako pumunta doon, nakakalungkot na mga pangyayari na krimen. Kahapon, just recently, I don't know kung nabalitaan na ninyo, ng isang kawawang Grab driver or motorcycle driver, hinold up, not really hinold up nanakawin, tinangkang nakawin ang kanyang motorsiklo at pinagsasaksak siya. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo mga kababayan, naantayin nyo pa ba na kayo ang susunod na biktima ng mga krimen na walang habas kaliwat kanan sa ating bayan? Ipakita muna natin sa inyo kung anong naganap, mga kababayan. Baka sakaling magising kayo. Baka sakaling, may nabasa ako, I don't know how reliable it is, na kung ayaw daw manindigan ng mga sundalo at pulis para ipagtanggol ang Pilipino, ang MILF na ang kikilos para lumabas sa kalsada. I hope totoo yun, na ating mga kapatid na Muslim ay manindigan para sa ating bayan. Anyway, yan naman ang original na tao sa Pilipinas. Yan ang original na lahi dahil tayo ay mix na. Hindi na tayo talaga ang tunay na Pilipino, nalahian, nalawayan na tayo ng ibang lahi. Pero ang ating mga kapatid na Muslim sa Mindanao, sila talaga ang tunay na magmamay-ari sa sa Pilipinas. I hope manindigan sila. I hope totoo yung nabasa natin. Pero nakakadurog na ng puso Mga kababayan, itong driver ng motorsiklo na nagagrab o nagaangkas, merong isang autism na anak, na baby pa. At namatay yung kanyang asawa noong 2022 because of sakit. Tapos siya pinatay ng walang kalaban-laban ng isang addictus na mukhang kalalabas ng kulungan. Ipakita muna natin sa inyo, ito po yung nangyari recently. Ayan. Ayan, mga kababayan. Kawawa, di ba? Namatay niya, namatay. Nakita niyo? Gaano kasakit. Tignan mo. Sumakay lang sa kanya, sinaksak siya, inosente, kawawa, may anak na may problema, yun lang ang inaasahan ng magulang niya. Ganyan po ang sitwasyon ninyo. Dahil walang pakialam ang bangag administration sa krimen. Nakita nyo, nahuli yan eh. Pakita mo yung nahuli. Ganito na lang ba? Ito ba ang bagong Pilipinas? Ito ba yung gusto nyong danasin? Well, dinadanas yun na ngayon. Na kinakabahan kayo, hindi kayo makalabas ng bahay, o kayo man ay angkas driver, tricycle driver. Wala kasi kayong kalaban-laban dyan eh. Nasa likod nyo lang eh. Di ba? Nasa likod nyo yung angkas. Hindi nyo alam kung demonyo nakaangkas sa inyo. Ito yung nagre-represent dahil weak, addict, kawatan ang leader ninyo. Ipakita natin yung wag muna yung family ng Anyway, pakita natin yung pamilya nito. I think habang hinahanap, ayan, pakita natin yung namatay, yung kanyang, teka wait, mga kababayan. Nakakalungkot. In-interview yung kanyang, okay, just give me 1 second, okay? In-interview yung kanyang nanay, okay? Nang namatay. Right? Pakita natin yung bata. Or asa na ba yun? Teka, wait a minute. Ito. Ito po yung nanay.
Sabi, kung naisip, ang pinamatanggap ko yung sabi, kung nagkasakit yung anak ko, maalagaan ko pa. Pero yung ganyan na, malakas yung anak ko eh. Pinatay nila. Unang kalaban-laban. Unang kinuha na lang nila yung gusto nila. Hindi na nila pinatay.
Ma'am Carmelita, nahuli yung itong suspect. Mapanagot siya sa batas. Pero tingin niyo mo, mapatawad yung ganong klaseng tao?
Hindi po. Kasi,
Grabe. Sana matulungan natin to, pahanap natin
hindi
to.
na mababalik yung anak ko. Hindi na siya babalik. Hindi ko siya mamapatawad. Kaya, ang sakit.
Grabe. Grabe, mga kababayan.
Ang pinakamasakit pa dito, yung tinabukasan ng kanyang anak.
Yan po. Ano nga siya kasi, yung nanay ng bata, 1 month pa lang yung bata.
1 month?
Namatay na siya.
1 month namatay yung nanay.
Magba-birthday yung anak niya na October.
Oh my God.
4 years siya.
4 years old.
Wala na siyang tatay. Napakaaga naman yan, naulila.
Kawawa.
Ang bata, meron siyang autism.
Autism.
Yung anak ko.
Yung
Grabe.
anak niya. Marami siyang balak. Mag-abroad siya. Dahil para mapagamot yung anak niya.
Para mapagamot yung anak. Actually,
Kaya,
mga palangga, nakakadurog talaga ng puso. Imagine mo, naghahanap buhay ng matino dahil sa ang ginagawa kasi ng mga pulis, imbis na manghuli ng mga demonyo, ng mga adik, nandyan. Okay? Nagpapakaduwag. Ginagamit ng mga bangag. Ayan, nag-aabang dyan sa magra-rally. Pakita natin yung ang tawag dyan, yung pamilya. Ayan, nakita nyo? Mga kababayan. Yan yung lalaki na pinatay. Okay? Kawawa natin kababayan, nakakalungkot yan yung asawa niya. Alright? Account na yan. Okay? Ayan yung asawa niya. My God. Ayan o, ayan yung baby na naiwan, na may autism. Gaano kalungkot sa inyo yan, mga kababayan? Anyway, mapagmahal na tatay, sabi nga ng magulang niya, sa dulo ng interview, siya yung bumibili ng pagkain, bigas, ulam, nakitira siya sa nanay, magkasama sila ng nanay niya dahil, habang wala siya, nagtatrabaho, yan yung bata ay binabantayan ng kanyang mga magulang, binabantayan ng lola. Ganito yung sitwasyon, ito yung sinasabi ko. Magpo 4 years old daw sa October. I hope ma-reach out natin. We'll do something na ma-reach out natin. Matulungan natin. Gagawa tayo ng paraan. Pakita mo yung demonyong suspect. Okay? Ang suspect mukhang kalalaya lang talaga sa bilangguan. Masakit. Sobrang sakit. Kahit hindi ko kamag-anak ito, hindi ka ano-ano kababayan, what if mangyari sa atin? Mangyari sa inyo? Siguro ngayon, yung mga angkas, ayan yan ang demonyo. Kahit naman patayin mo yan eh. Hindi mo na maibabalik yung buhay ng pinatay niya, di ba? Kahit durugin mo pa yan. Hindi na po maibabalik. Tama na yung hayop na yan. Okay? So, ito yung sitwasyon nyo ngayon, mga kababayan. Not only that, meron pa isa yung galing ng Davao. Okay? Meron pa ditong, I don't know kung napanood nyo ito, bago natin tuloy-tuloy si Matibag. Okay? Napanood nyo ba itong papasok naman daw sa trabaho, nadukutan? Ito naman.
Yan yung sinasabi nyo na safe dito sa Manila. Andito yan sa Makati. Papunta na dapat ako ng office. In-upload yung office phone ko. Nakikinig ako. Madami na talaga. Ayan yung sinasabi nyo, safe. Ang dami-daming mga modus operandi. So, sumakay ako ng jeep kanina kasi papunta ako ng Senate.
Yung phone niya.
Kasi dun yung duty ko sa beat. Pagsakay ko ng jeep, may lalaking bigla akong binuhusan.
Binasan siya ng something.
Binuhusan niya ako ng ganyan, hindi ko alam
Mag-ingat
kung ano
kayo,
yung
mga palangga
binuhos
sa
niya sa akin.
Pilipinas.
Tapos, nag-offer siya sa akin ng wipes. Yung cellphone na office phone, pinatong ko dito sa bag. Pagpatong ko dito sa bag, binigyan niya ako ng wipes. Pagbigyan niya sa akin ng wipes, dapat
Ito ba ang
pupunasan
safe?
ko na
Ito
kasi
ba yung bagang
nagmamadali
Pilipinas?
nga ako. I was so frustrated kasi papunta ako ng duty. Tapos itong suot ko, kakabili ko lang din. Hindi madali para sa akin yun. So sobrang frustrated ko. Gusto ko sumigaw na pamura ako sa jeep. Nag-offer pa siya sa akin ng wipes. Pinunasan ko na. Bigla siyang bumaba dyan sa may De La Rosa na 7-Eleven. Hindi ko napansin na pati yung cellphone ko, kinuha niya na. Sabi ng mga nakakita sa kanya nakatabi ko, nandun na pumasok sa 7-Eleven. Pagpasok ko ng 7-Eleven, wala na siya doon. Pinatilan namin sa CCTV. Nanginginig pa ako, putang ina nila.
Grabe.
Putang ina niya. Yung bang sinasabi nila na ligtas sa Pilipinas, putang ina.
Yan ang sasabi ko sa inyo.
Putang ina talaga, sir. Pasensya na po, pero sobrang frustrated ko po. Papunta ako ng duty. Hindi ko kayo titigilan hanggat hindi kayo mahuhuli. Putang ina nyo. Nagawa nyo nga sa amin. Nagawa nyo sa amin. Paano na lang sa iba? Paano na lang yung mga hindi taga dito sa Manila? Ako laking Davao. Ako sanay ako na safe doon. Putang ina, hindi ko alam na pati dito sa Manila mangyayari sa akin to. Pasensya na po, puro na
Anyway, ito ang bagong Pilipinas. Di ba? Ito ang sinasabi ko sa inyo. 2022 pa lang. Aantayin nyo pa bang mangyari sa inyo to? Ako, pinipray ko na lang talaga, mga kababayan, kasi ako bilang isa sa mga boses ninyo, ginawa ko na, in-expose ko na lahat. Ang kapalit nga nun, mga warrant of arrest, kaso sa Pilipinas, sa Amerika, alam nyo yan. Nakakagalit, nakakagigil, pero kailangan manindigan ng mga Pilipino. Yung iba, tumatawa pa, pinagtatawanan pa itong ating kababayan, right? Sinisisi pa, or kung ano-ano mga nonsense, kung ano-ano mga napakademonyong mga comments. Nasa inyong mga kamayan. Sabi ko nga, ang krimen wala yung pinipili. Dilawan ka man, Bagagan ka man, Duterte ka man, or apolitical ka, pwede kang mabiktima anytime. So sana gumawa na ang Diyos ng kaparaanan kung paano niya tapusin itong sobrang hirap na nararanasan ninyo. Kung ako siguro ang angkas driver, matatakot na ako na magtrabaho para mag-angkas kasi hindi ko alam, baka saksakin ako baka patayin ako ng hindi, hold upin ako or what? Diba? Wala kang kalaban-laban. So kung tanggap nyo yung ganitong klaseng buhay, okay lang kayo ngayon, patawa-tawa kayo, yung ibang mga demonyo, di ba? Yung mga bangagan, kasi hindi pa kayo nabibiktima. Kaya sabi ko, sana, kayo na isusunod na mabiktima. Baka sakaling magising kayo, pero hindi na kayo magigising. Kasi kung papatayin na kayo ng mga ito, wala na mangyayari sa inyo. Right? So, eto ang bagong Pilipinas. Iiyak na lang ba kayo? Iiyak na lang ba tayo, mga palangga? Okay, moving forward. Si Senator Alan Cayetano na ba ang isusunod nila na ipakulong? Okay, mga kababayan, nung bago tayo nag-off, research tayo, nagbasa-basa tayo, no? Ngayon, ito nga sinasabi ni Matibag na irregularities daw sa 2019 SEA Games. Sabi dito, tinutukan na ng NBI, gumawa na ng task force. Ang NBI, ang umano'y irregularidad sa mga pondo para sa isang sports complex sa New Clark City sa Tarlac na ginamit noong 2019 South SEA Games. Diba? During that time, ang sabi dito, ayon kay NBI Director Matibag, nakarating na sa kanilang impormasyon na may bilyon-bilyong pisong pondo na may kaugnayan sa proyekto na hindi umano na-liquidate. Lumitaw din sa aligasyon na nakatanggap ng humigit kumulang 10 bilyong bayad ang isang pribadong kumpanya nang wala ng umanong bidding sa pamamagitan ng congressional insertions. Hiwala ito sa kontrobersyal na kuldron ng muli umanong sisilipin. Now, okay? So alam na natin na ito'y papunta kay Alan Cayetano. Pero sinearch natin, mga kababayan, balinalikan natin ang balita ng nakaraan. Ano ba yung timeline nitong issue sa SEA Games? So, noong 2019 SEA Games sa New Clark City, okay, 2017 to 2018, inaprobahan ng Basis Conversion and Development Authority ang joint venture agreement or GVA sa Malaysian firm na MTD Capital Berhad para sa pagpapaunlad ng New Clark City Phase 1A. Dito, nung time na yon, sino ang BCDA President at CEO? Si Vince Dizon, na DPWH Secretary na ngayon na itinilaga ni Bangag. Yan ang imbestigahan. Dahil ayon sa mga lumabas na balita, yan ang kumita, pati yung Greg Garcia, na operator na nasa likod ni Lisa Tanas at ni Bangag. Yan dalawang yan. It's good to investigate. Pero for sure, yung mga kalyado nila, hindi nila yan iimbestigahan. Right? Then, ano sinasabi dito? In just 18 months, okay, itinayo yung Athletic Stadium, Aquatic Center at Athletes Village sa New Clark City bilang what? paghahanda o pagpe-prepare sa pag-host ng Pilipinas ng 30th Southeast Asian Games. Ayon sa BCDA, yung project na pinondohan with joint venture partner, alright? Ang sinasabi dito, hindi daw muna nag-release ng pondo ang government during sa construction. Okay? According to Vince Dizon, during the time. Okay? So alam niyo naman, naging kontrobersya talaga itong issue na ito during the SEA Games dahil daw sa isang kaldero lamang o cauldron, 50 to 55 million ang ginastos dito ng gobyerno. Alright? So, question, di ba, nagkaroon din ng sa Senate ito. May, I think si Drelon nag-comment dito. Ngayon, mga kababayan, ang question natin dito, na kanina, nabanggit ni Senator Alan Cayetano, bago nag-start, bago sila nag-caucus, o nag-break, nakaano pa rin ba sila ngayon? Bumalik na ba sila? Anyway, na sinasabi niya, okay, open tayo sa investigation. Walang problema, pero wag niyang intimidate yung senator judge. Alright? Tulad nila, na dahil si Matibag ay isa sa mga witness ng prosecution, okay, hindi makarating kasi meron daw engagement sa yung lugar yung engagement niya. But anyway, ngayon, nagsalta siya dito na, okay, ito, imbestigahan natin dahil during that time, parang ni Alan Cayetano, ng DFA, di ba? So, imbestigahan nyo. Yun ang sabi ni Alan Cayetano. And now, based dito sa mga nakaraang balita na ang nasasangkot dito ay si Vince Dizon, okay? And even yung Greg Garcia. Okay? Ano sinasabi dito, mga palangga? Okay, wait a second. Ano ang sinasabi dito? Okay, here we go. Alright, basahin ko lang yung article. Alright, sabi dito, the master builder, okay, Dizon's primary responsibility was the fast-track development of New Clark in Capas, Tarlac. So the master builder is si Vince Dizon, na tao na ngayon ni Bangag, na dati ay nasa puring-puri si Pangulong Duterte. Mamaya magpi-play tayo ng video. Alright, ang sinasabi dito sa article, because the Philippines needed world-class venues, Dizon and the BCDA pushed a Malaysian firm, which is the MTD Capital, Berhad, to build a brand new athletic stadium na yun, binanggit natin kanina. The hub of the games, okay, I think, ano natin yan. And there's another thing. Okay. Alright. The legal fallout, because the construction was rushed to meet the SEA Games deadline, the procurement method skipped standard timelines. In 2020, Dizon and several other officials faced severe scrutiny alongside graft and malversation complaints from anti-corruption groups. The allegations claim the joint venture deal bypassed standard public bidding and lacked proper initial budget appropriations, according to Inquirer. So, imbestigahan nila to. Ang imbestigahan nila, yun ngayon ang inappoint ni Bangag. Then, Greg Garcia, okay, the third, according to the article, played a dual role behind the scenes of the 2019 SEA Games, heavily connecting the events venue infrastructure with its creative opening ceremonies. Ano yung primary position siya? BCDA chairman siya, working directly alongside Vince Dizon. Okay, Garcia served as the chairman of the board of the Basis Conversion and Development Authority, or BCDA. In this role, he was part of the leadership responsible for fast-tracking the building of the New York Clark City Complex. Alright? So ngayon, mga kababayan, sa article, the particular government official who was directly in charge of handling 2019 SEA Games was Alan Peter Cayetano. Throughout the entire preparation, the execution of the Games, He transitioned through a couple of major government roles. He began laying the groundwork for the Games while serving as the Secretary of Foreign Affairs. Okay, question is, sabi ni Alan Cayetano, he's willing to be investigated. Pero tignan mo, sinabi niya rin na ang mga nasa likod nung time na yon ay ang nakaupo na kay Bangag. 'Di ba? Pero definitely, ang pupuruhan dito, si Alan Cayetano, ipapalalagpasin at hindi imbestigahan yang si Dizon sa DPWH at itong si Greg Garcia. Kasi kung gusto yung imbestigahan ni Matibag, for sure, nabasa niya na nasulsul kung talagang honest to goodness investigation, na nakalagay na ang pangalan ni Greg Garcia dyan at nitong ni Vince Dizon. Pero bakit si Alan Cayetano lang ang pinuporterya? Kasi nga, gusto na lang ikukulong yan sa susunod para wala na nga kalaban sa impeachment. Sabi ko nga kanina, imbis nang imbestigahan ang flood control project na ninakaw ng mga bangag, eto yung gusto nilang imbestigahan. 'Di ba? Anyway, mga kababayan, yes, magpa-fabricate ng story, kunyari, mag-iimbestiga, magagastos na naman ng pera ng bayan sa mga task force na yan. Alright? Kasi nga, mga palangga, ito yung sinasabi natin na O-Plan, eliminate the enemies. O-Plan, horos nila. 2023 pa natin sinasabi ito, uubusin nila ang mga naninindigan. Uubusin nila ang mga makikita natin na pwedeng kaalyado ni Inday Sara. Uubusin nila yung mga lumalaban sa Maletagang. Yan ang katotohanan, mga kababayan, paulit-ulit, everyday. Ito ang gagawin ng Marcos Jr. Gurgurin kayo lahat. Ulit-ulitin ko yan. Gugurgurin kayo, ikukulong kayo, katulad ni Senator Marcoleta, ni Pangulong Duterte, Inday Sara, na ginagawang legal ang kanilang illegal na gawain. Lahat kayo, pwede kayong gurgurin ng mga nananaksak na lang dyan anytime, katulad ng pinakita natin. Wala na kayong kaligtasan, wala na kayong peace of mind. Dahil ang krimen, kaliwat kanan, uubusin lahat kayo na mga naninindigan. Yes. Attorney Baligod, ayan, may warrant of arrest. Lahat hinahanapan ng butas. So kaya sana maging matkatotohanan yung mga Muslim brothers and sisters namin na kayo talaga yung dapat naninindigan. Dahil kayo ang unang lahi na isinilang sa Pilipinas. Unless na maghiwalay ang Mindanao, maging ibang bansa kayo, dapat nga ipaglaban nyo na lang yan. If I were you, sa Mindanao, ipaglaban ninyo. I don't know. Kung kayang baliin ng mga bangag ang konstitusyon, hindi naman kayo babali ng konstitusyon. Magkaroon kayo ng sariling bansa dyan sa Mindanao. Possible yun. Di ba? Manindigan kayo dahil ang mga Muslim brothers and sisters natin, kilala yan sa may mga paninindigan. You have to do something. Sabi ko nga, yung nabasa ko, somewhere, na kung ayaw daw manindigan ng mga polis at ng mga sundalo, hindi ipagtanggol ang bayan, sila daw ang magtatanggol sa bayan. Ipagtanggol nyo na po ang taong bayan. Maawa kayo sa taong bayan. Sobra. Sobrang nangyayari. Kaliwat kanan ng krimen. Nag-adjourn na ba yung mga Maleta hearing? Hindi ko na sila nabalikan. Anyone? Nag-adjourn na yung mga demonyo? So, mga palangga, habang patuloy na nagsisinungaling ang mga tagapagsalta, si Clarissa Taratara, adjourn na, okay? Hindi na nakabalik ang mga Maletagang, okay? Patuloy kayong nahihirapan. Recently, anong sabi ni Clarissa Taratara ng, I think 2 days ago, no? Hindi tayo nakapag-vlog. Na sinasabi niya, yung baha, di ba? Yung bumaha. Ano ang sinasabi niya doon? Ang reason daw ng baha, yung mga nagtatapon ng basura sa jeep, yung mga sumasakay ng jeep, tinatapon yung basura at yung mga nagtatapon sa mga, mga barabarangay. Kaya daw, maglalaan daw sila ng mga CCTV para hulihin. Kita mo ang kaputang inahan ng Bangag administration. Gusto nilang sino nakanood nun? Gusto na ngayon ipasa sa mga nagtatapon daw ng basura sa jeep. Yung pag sumasakay ka sa jeep, tatapon mo, di ba? May mga tao talagang ganun. Pero ako sa totoo lang, bata pa lang yung mga anak ko, tinuturuan ko na pag may candy kayo or something, ilagay nyo sa bulsa ninyo. Yung balat ng candy. Or anything. Kasi may nakikita naman talaga tayo, even before na nandiyan ako sa Pilipinas, na tinatapon na lang yung mga anything, soda, or whatever, walang disiplina. Pero hindi yan pwede sabihin na yun ang dahilan kung bakit bumabaha. Yan yung sinisisi ng bangag na administrasyon na ito. Nasabi dahil sa baha na naranasan nyo, my God. Mga kababayan, ang magnanakaw, ang Marcos Jr. kaya may baha. Ang magnanakaw, si Sandro Marcos, yan ang expose ang pag-amin ni Zaldico. Kaya may baha sa Bulacan, sangkot si Joel Villanueva sa flood control. Si Kilay at marami pang iba, Maletagang, kongresista Maletagang, sa Senado, ang mga gabinete, yung dating DPWH si Bonoan, na gusto lang state witness, kaya may baha dahil ninakaw nila ang infra projects. Ang pera para sa infra projects. Kaya ang gagawin na lang nila ngayon, kukulungin nila yung mga naninindigan. Right, bote ng candy and bottle. Pero you know what? Kahit na, although dapat hindi ginagawa yan ng taong bayan. Kung, di ba, may mga Metro Aid ba? May mga naglilinis ba sa kalye natin ngayon? Di ba? Kung ang gobyerno ay pinupondohan yung kalye natin, nalinisin talaga, at magkaroon ng mga, awareness sa taong bayan, na huwag magtatapon, uturan niyo yung mga anak niyo ng mga balat ng candy o bote ng soft drinks or whatever, yung mga plastic. Pero hindi yan enough para magkaroon ng baha na abot hanggang langit. Na-gets nyo? Diba? Ang dahilan kasi ninakaw nila ang pera ng bayan. Dahil yung mga ghost project na in-expose, isa sa mga in-expose ni Manong Chavez Singson, na instead na ganito, kunyari, ganito kakapal, yung mga kalsada, kalsada, ayun, 19 na pulgada ba yun? Nagiging kalahati na lang na pulgada kasi ninakaw or mga putik-putik or hindi pa nga natatapos yung mga project kasi ninakaw na ni Sandro Marcos. Ninakaw na ng mga huyawa. My God, mga kababayan. Sabi ko nga, I don't know kung saan kayo pupulutin. Alam mo, nakakatakot yan. Baka sa susunod na baha, talagang totoong hanggat langit na, patay na kayong lahat. Right? Ito yung nakakatakot. Kaya shout out sa ating mga Muslim brothers. Kung totoo yung nabasa ko, na ipagtanggol nyo ang Pilipino, gawin nyo na po, ipagtanggol nyo na ang Pilipino. We can't wait. You do it now or never. Sabi ko nga, kayo ang unang lahi sa Pilipinas. Kami dito ay mix na kami. Tama ba? Mag-agree ba kayo? Tayo nalahian na tayo eh. Lahing Espanyol na ang iba sa atin, lahing, kumbaga mixed breed na tayo. Kaya ang iba, ayaw manindigan, very Americanized. Diba? Puro inarte, puro kaputahan ang ginagawa dyan sa Facebook. Ayaw manindigan, yung mga kabataan natin very westernized. Very westernized ang mga drama. Magsimula sa mga artista, pa-islang-islang. Puro na kaletsyan. Sabi ni Ron, deserve daw bain ang Pilipinas, lalo na yung sa Luzon para lumabas yung mga tao. Oo nga, sabi ko nga, kahintay niyo pa bang bumaha abot langit nang hindi na kayo makapanindigan? Kasi pag bumaha na abot langit, para ng Noah's Ark. Buti sana kung may arko kayo. Katulad ni Noah na maliligtas kayo. Eh kung wala kayong arko, patay kayo. Right? So you just wait sa baha na hanggang langit bago kayo manindigan. Sana nga bumaha hanggang langit sa Malacanang eh. Kung dapat may bumaha hanggang langit sa Malacanang, doon dapat bumaha sa mga bahay ng mga kawatan. Kawawa naman kasi kayo eh, 'di ba? Kayo talaga yung kawawa, kayong mga ordinaryong citizen. Dahil ang mga politiko, they can fly. Yung iba, yung ibang mga kongresista katulad ni Kimbo, okay? Nasaan na yung mga kawatan o baka nakalaya sa si Kimbo kasama ang pamilya niya? Sino pa? Anytime pwede sila makalayas kasi yung iba sa kanila may mga eroplano. They have money. Eh, ikaw nga palangga, wala kang passport. Paano ka makakalayas? Wala kang pera, wala kang pangkain. Pag binaha ka, mag-aasa ka lang doon sa ayuda ni Bangag na nakalagay 10 kilograms sa packaging pero underweight pala. Nakita niyo ba yon? 10 kilograms ang ayuda pero tinimbang ng ating kababayan 8 kilos lang. Na-short pa. Dinakaw pa yung 2 kilo. Siguro ang ginagawa nila yan randomly. Sino ang nag-packaging niyan? Nag-package niyan? Sino ang supplier niyan? Sila-sila rin. Baka mamaya assistant secretary, undersecretary, o secretary ni Bangag kung saan kinuha yung bigas na yan. Imagine mo, double dead kayo. Double trouble, triple, triple dead. Pera nyo na nga ng bayan yon, yung ibinigay sa inyo, kawawa kayo, nagpila-pila kayo sa ayuda, minsan may namamatay pa tayong kababayan dahil inaatake sa puso. Pagdating nyo sa bahay, yung 10 kilos, 8 kilos lang pala, ninakaw pa ng walang hiya. Diba? So, ito yung inyong, mga kababayan. Ito ang, yung nakakalungkot. Ito yung nararanasan ninyo dahil hinahayaan ninyong Bangag ang presidente ninyo. But ako, hindi rin ako, actually, kahit sa ganitong pangyayari, hindi ako nawawala ng pag-asa. Kasi baka may manindigan talagang madami at tapusin na lahat ng magnanakaw. Right? Then sumabay na kayo sa manindigan. Lalo na kayo sa Maynila. Diyos ko po, kayo ang number 1 na biktima dyan eh. Sa Maynila, dapat kayo ang una-una na sumisigaw ng tama na, dapat nang panagutin ang mga kawatan. Dahil kung hindi kayo talaga hindi kayo talaga maninindigan, then it's up to you. Right? Under the maleta spell ang lahat ng mga politiko na dapat ay nagpoprotekta, sabi ni Duchess Fiona. Alright? Sabi, solid Marley ka na ko. Yeah. Okay. May pahandaan pa ng lechon sa mga korap, humanda pa sila. Yes, sabi ni Ron. Yeah. Ngayon, di ba, nasa Singapore. Wala na talaga. Actually, sabi ko nga, para tayo may ikolalia. Paulit-ulit nilang binabanggit ang issue kay Inday Sara, ilang taon na yan. Di ba? Taon na. May isang taon na nila, inuulit-ulit yung sinabi ni Inday Sara. Imbis na mag-focus sa inyo. Walang focus. Kasi lahat nakafocus sa pagnanakaw sa kaban ng bayan. Walang mangyayari sa inyo. Tignan nyo ngayon, yung NBI, kasabot ng mga lahat yung mga yan. Ombudsman, sabuatan yan sila lahat, mga kababayan. Oh, anyway, live si Inday Sara. Teka lang. Pakinggan natin. Inday Sara, anong sinasabi dito? Tapos na. Okay, tignan natin, mga kababayan. Press con. Panoorin natin together. Okay.
I think that is something for the court to consider.
Magaling
Na,
po.
no?
Si
But
Atty.
obviously,
Poa.
as I said, I respect Congressman Diokno. I have the utmost respect for him, to be honest. No? So he has his position. I have my position, meaning the prosecution has their position, the defense has its position. So it's up to the court.
Sir, ito kang binabasa dun sa oral arguments.
Opo.
Nag-inform ko ka. Ano ba yun? Kabisado mo ba sa...
I think it's personal preference. Nahihirapan po kasi ako pag nagbabasa ako because it's distracting for me. So,
Magaling siya.
talaga naman pong kahit noon ganun po talaga ako. No? Hindi ako nagbabasa. At sa regular courts, hindi rin po talaga ako nagbabasa.
Attorney, what would be your preparation?
But sorry,
Ibig
sorry.
sabihin,
Alisato,
matalino
no,
siya.
kasi baka
Magaling.
misconstrue, no? It's not, it's really a personal
Alam niya
preference.
yung
It doesn't
trabaho niya,
mean
alam niya
that
yung ginagawa
it's
niya.
better na wala kang binabasa. No, I'm not saying I'm good kasi may binabasa. Na wala akong binabasa or may binabasa ako. It's just personal preference. Each lawyer has his or her own style. As you can see, some lawyers, kahit may binabasa, ang ganda naman ng delivery and very coherent. So it's really irrelevant kung may binabasa o walang binabasa. It's just a matter of preference for each
Oh,
lawyer.
malaking bagay na wala kang binabasa.
Go ahead.
Ibig sabihin, you're better than them. You're smarter than Eva. Than the maletagang.
Well, right now, as I said, we're just shifting gears because I think after Director Matibag, we will proceed with Article 1. So now, of course, we're focusing on Article 1. Although we're prepared for it, syempre, as the trial goes, parating naman may fine-tuning yan here and there. So that's what we'll be focusing on.
What are your hopes for the upcoming decision on Monday on the motion of the prosecution to subpoena the
Siyempre po, kung ano man yung naging posisyon natin, sana we were able to justify it. We were able to show that, the issue on relevance, we discussed the issue on relevance, we discussed the issues on the various laws that prohibit certain disclosures. But whatever happens, we'll take it as it is, and we always submit ourselves to the wisdom of the court. And then also, kung hindi man natin magustuhan, there are always going to be legal remedies available.
kabilang sa legal remedies? Supreme Court.
Well, sir, it's too early to say. Wala pang decision. I don't want a clickbait soundbite, So I'm not saying anything right now. Those are all on the table, but there's nothing has been discussed. It's too premature, and plus, all of these things will have to be discussed with our client.
That's mas simple majority na nga kailangan para
I think so. Pag motions, no, I believe so.
So what you're saying, attorney, there are legal remedies kung hindi man.
Again, sir, I've already mentioned. I don't want a clickbait. I'm sure everyone's asking for a soundbite, and I'm not going to give you that soundbite. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Okay, no sound bite today para sa mga ulaga. All right? Paano ko tatanggalin yan? All right? So yes, mga kababayan. All right. So magaling talaga yung mga abogado ni Inday Sara. All right? Magaling talaga. Kaya lang, sabi ko nga sa inyo, nakaprograma na yung mga yan. Hindi na nga nagbabasa yan ng mga yan, yung about the case. Sabi nga ni Senator Pia Cayetano, siya talaga binabasa niya, although sabi niya, talagang trabaho nila, pinagpupuyatan niyang basahin yan. Pero yung mga maletagang, hindi na nila binabasa. Bakit? Ba't sila maghihirap magbasa-basa dyan, mga palangga? Kahit naman alam nila, hindi kahit naman alam nila, alam nila yung plano kasama sila Impeach Inday Sara no matter what. Wala nang effect kahit gaano kagaling si Attorney Powa, gaano kagaling ang depensa, si Attorney Sison, si Binluan, si Narvasa, kahit gaano sila kagaling. Wala na yang effect sa maletagang, kumbaga, nakaukit na sa kanilang mga utak na mga maletagang na i-convict si Inday Sara. The reason na ulitin natin. Okay? Yes, the case has been decided already, sabi ni Nanette. Exactly. Scripted na lang lahat yan. Kaya itong mga sila, Senator Pia Cayetano, inaaral nila kasi gusto nila ng fair and square. Pero yung mga maletagang, ulitin natin, mga kababayan. Paano naging fair yan? Doon pa lang yung pag-kidnap nila kay Bato. Doon sa pag-elect kay Alan Cayetano bilang Senate President. Nagsabwatan ng PNP at NBI, nagpadala ng bang doon, kaya nagkagulo. Then, ano nangyari? Gumawa sila ng illegal na quorum na 12 lang. Ano nangyari? Inelect nila ng unconstitutional si Gatchalian na mukhang tau-tauhan dyan. Nung first day, wala pa siyang laptop. Papel lang, kaya nagbuka siyang tanga. Ngayon, may props na siya. Nakita niyo ba yon? Nag-laptop din siya, kunyari, busy-busyhan. Kunyari, mayroong tinatrabaho. Pero, naglagay lang siya ng props, siguro sabi nila, o sabi ni Satanas, uy, gatsyal yan, maglagay ka dyan ng props. Kunyari, nagko-computer ka, busy-busyhan ka, para hindi ka magmukhang tanga. Kasi yung unconstitutional presiding officer na si Kilay, di ba? Yun siya, presiding officer eh. So, anong gagawin mo dyan? Kesa magbuka kang tanga ka dyan, kailangan naman magsulat ka dyan. Kasi nakikita, magsusulat-sulat ka kunyari, ano isusulat mo? Bobo ka? So, naglagay ng laptop para kunyari, click, dadadadadan, kunyari, anong tinatrabaho niya? Ba't siya, ano ka, call center agent? Na kunyari, nagta-type ng ganon? Anong sinisearch, anong ginugoogle mo? That supposedly, kapag ganyan, dapat nakikinig ka sa mga nagsasalita. Hindi para lang may masabi, nagtatanong si Kilay sa both parties. Nagko-computer ang putang ina. Nagko-computer ka? Asan yung, nasaan yung mind mo? Supposedly, makinig ka doon sa nagdidebate. Bakit ka nagko-computer? Gago? Perhaps yun, wag tayo. Wag tayo mga palangga. Yes, Marcel, flower-based lang talaga siya. Parang kunyari, may pansinin nyo, first day of hearing, hindi ko na-check yung second day, third day. Basta napansin ko lang ngayon, meron siyang laptop. I-google nyo, gawin yung ano yan, bigyan ko kayo ng idea kung hindi nyo pa napapansin. O, gawin yung ano yan, gawin nyo ng content. O, laptop ang gago. Kunyari, busy-busy yan. Yes. Ngayon, ulitin ko. Itong si Matibag, nagbuo ng task force para doon sa cauldron na yan sa 2019 SEA Games na ang mga posibleng kumita ay si Dizon. Kumita talaga yan. Okay? At si Greg Garcia. Sila yung mga nasa likod nun. Pero ang flood control, walang ginawa na task force si Bangag. Yung ICI niya na wala naman siyang napakulong. Na malalaking sindikato na katulad ng kanyang mga gabinete kasi nga magkakasabwat sila. Ulit-ulitin na natin, gas-gas na nga yan. The same ng pag-uulit nila sa sinasabi ni Inday Sara o pag-impeach sila kay Inday Sara. Yes, Rebecca Ugata, no? Parang gago, no? Gawan nyo nga ng AI yan. Kunyari, nagko-computer ang gago. Computer? How can you focus na makikinig ka sa bawat panig na nagpapanggap ka na busy-busyan kang call center agent ka or clerk ka o secretary ka? Right? Yeah, mga kababayan. That's the real deal right now. So you have to do something. Sa akin mga palangga, talagang mga Muslim brothers natin and sister, manindigan na po kayo. Sumama kayo. Sumama kayo sa pag-gather para iparinig ang inyong nararamdaman. You're very important sa panahon ngayon. Right? Sabi ni Tech, feeling genius. Kailan naging genius yan? Kung genius siya, sana siya nag-preside. Kawawa talaga mga tao, sabi ni Sofia. Corrected by Bangag admin, puro script. Sabi ni Mylene. Cuddle Summer, yes. Anyway, Maydon, yeah, that's all about it for now. So, sa nag-aabang, sa sagot ko kay Bitag, napipit-pitin ko yung itlog niya. Maiksi lang yung sagot niya. Pero mas marami akong sagot. Nag-fake news. Oy, Bitag, bukas ka sa akin. Alright? Yung mga binanggit mong kasinungalingan at ang mga binanggit mong walang kakwenta-kwenta, I'll deal with you tomorrow. Because it's 3 a.m. now, my time. Okay? You talk about your bullshit, your own terms. I'll answer that tomorrow na gusto mo ng own terms. Sasampalin kita uli ng katotohanan, pipit-pitin ko yung itlog mo ng pinong-pino. Bukas na yan, abangan nyo. Kaya mga palangga, sana, sabi ko nga, manindigan kayo, patuloy ninyo yung panindigan nyo kung hanggang kailan, Sobra na po. Ayan, nagabang na si Marshall. Abangan niyo po bukas kung paano ko pipit-pitin ang jetlog ni Bitag. Kaya naman,
from the prosecution and then all of the articles from the defense? Or initially, maybe I was mistaken. I thought we would tackle the per article prosecution, then defense, prosecution, then defense. Is it all articles, then all articles, Mr. Presiding Officer?
Not a point of order, but perhaps a clarification.
Yes.
But the answer is yes. We will first finish the presentation of the prosecution for all articles before listening and allowing the respondent to present their evidence in chief for all the articles as well. Thereafter, we shall decide by article. After the formal offer of evidence by both parties shall have been made and the final arguments shall have been made of record as well.
All right. Salamat, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Counsel for the respondent is recognized. What is your pleasure, ma'am?
Good afternoon, Your Honors.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
I just have a few, before I express some statement with respect to the discourse that we just heard from the lead prosecutor, may I just clarify, because I don't know if I'm mistaken, but she did mention that they are now withdrawing 5 witnesses under Article 4, namely the Philippine National Police Firearms and Explosives Office Representative, Mr. Flores, Mr. Magsambol, the sheriff, and the psychiatrist.
And one more, the relative of the family
Okay.
of a victim. That would make it 6.
Then that's clarified, Your Honor, because I also heard the lead prosecutor say that Attorney Melvin Matibag will be their final witness for Article 4, and I had neglected to consider the family member listed as one of the reserve witnesses. Thank you for the clarification, Your Honor. But on another matter, this is not an objection, just a statement or a manifestation with the kind indulgence of this honorable
Counsel
court
may proceed.
and the senators, judges. Yesterday, at the conclusion of the hearing, we have heard a manifestation from the good lady, Attorney Kapunan, with some suggestion on how to speedily proceed with the rest of the presentation. Of the prosecution for Article 4. And I think towards the end of her speech, which was quite lengthy, was really just essentially informing this court about the fact that they will no longer present Attorney Lopez, whom they had requested subpoena for, as well as Ms. Belinda Bello. But my point is, I'm not objecting to the good counsel's manifestation or even the manner by which she delivered it yesterday or the lead prosecutor's manifestations today. Only that my concern is those manifestations are almost always accompanied with lengthy discourse containing conclusions of law and facts that in reality only this impeachment court can really determine. Now, why is this a concern for the defense? Because this affects the fairness and balance of this impeachment court and the way it would perceive whatever manifestations or expressions of sentiments or discourses that counsel for both parties will deliver before this court and before the public. Naririnig po tayo ng taong bayan at anuman ang sabihin ng ating mga kagalang-galang na mga miyembro, no, officers of or members of the bar who also are officers of the court, and we all know that we are before the impeachment court and therefore we should try evidence and not advocate for the conclusions or the positions that we may have already made even before we went to this trial. And so I'm just expressing a concern on behalf of the defense and just for the guidance of both parties. If the only message that and this goes for both parties, if the only intent really is just to withdraw witnesses, then perhaps it would better serve the purpose of aiding the speedy disposition of this case if that fact alone will, be the only thing that will be mentioned without factual assertions or conclusions of facts or even interpretations of the law. I think that would be more fair for everyone and for the guidance of the public and this court. That's all, Your Honor. Thank you for your indulgence.
May I comment, Your Honor?
No need, counsel. Let the chair react to the statements made by lead counsel for the respondent. The presiding officer took it as the statements as akin to a tender offer of excluded evidence. Very similar to that. Although we are not yet at that stage, although evidence has not yet been excluded. The presiding officer took it as that. Therefore, what is your pleasure? I will give it to the counsel for respondent. Should you decide not to call witnesses in your witness list, do you want the same privilege of being able to make a tender, meaning an explanation of why you won't be calling these witnesses? If not, given the fact that it was given already to the counsel to the prosecutors, or we will simply remind both parties to cease from doing so henceforth. I give you the equal opportunity, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What is your pleasure?
Let me just clarify, Your Honor. With respect to the presiding officer's statement on it, the chair taking the prosecution's manifestations, a tender of excluded evidence, we respectfully disagree, because if this is a tender of excluded evidence, as the presiding officer had said, there was, number one, there's no excluded evidence because, number two, they never offered it in the first place, and number three, they didn't, in fact, withdrew the presentation of these 5, 6, or 7 remaining witnesses that they listed in their pre-trial brief. Number two, Your Honor, I'm not actually asking for any special treatment or privilege or even the same amount of time that were given to the lengthy manifestations and discourses by members of the prosecution. All I'm asking is if the parties may be guided and from making conclusions of law that in fact really just advocate the position, because I think we all agree that at no point during this trial that the prosecution and defense will probably say, you know, I agree with you on this point of evidence or on this point of law. I think mahalaga nating maintindihan yon, because the prosecution clearly has taken side, defense taken side, and we are advocating for totally divergent views and opinions. All I'm asking, Your Honor, is that if the intent truly is to aid this court in speedy disposition of this case in a fair and balanced manner, just so also with the considering that we are being watched by the people, no? Yung ating mga mamamayan na sa tingin ko gusto rin nilang matuto mula dito sa paglilitis na ito, sapagkat sila interesado rin sa kung paano ba pinapagana ang batas sa bayang ito at kung paano pinatutupad yung mga karapatan, no, ng mga tao at kung paano binibigyan ng pantay na halaga yung prosecution at depensa. All I'm asking is, if the intent is just to say we're withdrawing, then that's it. Just state the intent and then without any conclusions, Your Honor, because conclusions really are just for the courts to make and not for either of the parties. Thank you, Your Honor.
So noted, as the court said, it is akin to and not exactly a tender offer. Therefore, the court will now remind both parties to kindly limit any such manifestations on the withdrawal or change or on the withdrawal of their witnesses, to kindly limit it to the withdrawal of such witnesses, and it applies to both sides.
Thank you,
Both the
Your Honor.
prosecution and the respondent side, should that time come on the part of the respondent. So ordered. Any other matters to be taken up?
Thank you, Your Honor. None from the defense, Your Honor.
So,
Quick manifestation, Your Honor.
You have anything?
I'm sorry.
Quick manifestation, Your Honor.
Yes.
Just to respond to the manifestation of the defense.
Yes, the Honorable Luis.
Nais ko lamang pong ipaalala sa ating mga kababayan, this is a constitutional process. This is of paramount of importance. And therefore, providing the reasons for the withdrawal of these witnesses need to be communicated as well to the viewing public, Your Honor. Kailangan pong maintindihan ng ating mga kababayan ang naging hakbang ng prosekusyon kung bakit wini-withdraw ang mga pangalan ng ibang testigo para sa Artikulo 4, and that is a threat. That is for the record only, Your Honor.
Noted. Court already made a ruling. Senator Judge Cayetano.
Mr. Senate President, Mr. Presiding Officer, I agree with you both, and there's a solution to that. Let me start by I agree with the defense. Actually, I was going to stand up yesterday, but with all due respect to a good lawyer, Attorney Kapunan, and to the fact that my seatmate, Senator Miggs, was very proud of her, saying that she's his ninang, I did not stand up anymore. The problem with explaining why you're withdrawing is actually you are feeding to the court something they did not testify to, and then something the defense cannot object to. So, and if it is a proffer or a tender, it is clear to everyone, in-exclude yun. Kaya ko nga lang nilalagay. But tama naman si Senate Presiding Officer, it's akin, it's not the same. But dun kasi sa tender, nag-ruling eh. So it's very clear to us it's unacceptable, di ba? So after the very eloquent manifestation of Attorney Kapunan yesterday, if I was a layman, I would think what you said, whether it was the agent John Mark, whether it was the second witness sa NBI, was true. Kasi parang may summation. The same thing with you, the very able lead prosecutor and chairperson of the House Committee on Justice, di ba? Having said that, I agree with you, this is impeachment court. People have to know why. But I think we've been very lenient. No one except the spokesperson has spoken about the sub judice rule. So you can actually explain it in the press con afterwards. If I may, no? Because nga, I was also observing yesterday and I was saying, kung ako yung defense, dadagdagan ko na yung witness ngayon at every time i-withdraw, may chance akong i-explain bakit we withdraw, then reinforce kung ano yung sinabi nung before. So I understand you completely, ma'am. People have to understand why it's not a sign of weakness. In fact, in your it's a sign that you've achieved your position. But we can do that in the press cons and other forums. But if you do it kasi here, walang chance yung prosecution to rebut that. Or if they do, it's one rebutting the other rather than the witness standing. So if I may offer that solution, Mr. Presiding Officer.
As ruled by the presiding officer, henceforth, that will no longer be allowed. Senator Judge Pangilinan, before Senator Judge Pia Cayetano.
It's just a very quick manifestation. I was actually listening to the ruling of the presiding officer, and initially I thought he would rule that the defense would likewise be given the opportunity to speak up, and at some point when they likewise have the opportunity to withdraw witnesses. I would like to think, Mr. Presiding Officer, that would have been the better approach, because this is an impeachment court. This is not. We are not bound by technical rules, unlike court proceedings where lawyers are familiar and would really want, to make it as orderly and as technical as possible. But again, I will yield to the ruling of the chair, but just a reminder to everyone that technical rules of evidence does not apply strictly in impeachment court proceedings. Precisely because nakikinig ang taong bayan, pagka-technical masyado, na sa halip na lumalabas ang bawat punto. Hindi ko sinasabing hindi dapat magsalita ang defense. In fact, yun ang original o initial na suggestion at minumungkahi ng ating presiding officer na kung gusto magsalita ng defense din para tapatan yung nabanggit ng prosecution, mas maganda sana. But I will yield. I just wanted that manifested, and I will yield to the ruling of the chair.
We thank the good gentleman for his understanding and magnanimity. Given that counsel for respondent did not want the same benefit, it also saves on the court time, and as pointed out by Senator Judge Allen,
Yeah.
these words can be best expressed outside this court, so that we can manage the court's time better, given that they have both parties have their respective spokespersons to discuss these matters. Counsel for respondent, you
Yes,
wanted
sir.
to be recognized?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
May I just very briefly, so that I won't take any more time of precious time of the court and our everyone who's here. With just a brief response to the lead prosecutor's counter manifestation that this is because this is a constitutional procedure. We understand that. When we came here, mulat ang aming mga mata na pumunta rito at alam namin na ito ay isang constitutional mekanismo. Kaya nga, yung sinasabi ko kanina at ang aking kahilingan lamang ay nakasandig doon sa prinsipyo na yun, na dahil ito ay isang constitutional mechanism, kailangan siguraduhin natin na balanse at patas yung lahat ng magaganap. At hindi ko, I find it difficult to understand how manifestations containing assertions that are laden with conclusions and personal advocacy, and obviously one-sided advocacy of either parties, would help the court arrive at the proper determination of whether the respondent is guilty or not guilty of the charges contained in the articles of impeachment. Hindi rin po ito in response po to our just good senator Pangilinan, hindi po technical na or rules, no? Yung aking ini-invoke dito, kundi yung actually it's substantive dahil ito ay nakasantig sa ating saligang batas. Salamat po.
Noted, Senator Judge Pia Cayetano is recognized. What is your pleasure, ma'am?
I would just like to support the ruling of the presiding officer, cautioning the both prosecution and defense. I too noticed the esteemed Attorney Lorna Copunan's lengthy explanation on the withdrawal of the witnesses. But because she is Lorna Copunan, nakikinig ako. In the same way na even if I don't know some of your names, makikinig ako sa inyo. Rest assured. I think it's her first time to also stand up. So I was being very patient in listening to her. But I did take note of some statements that sabi ko parang conclusions na to or excessive explanation of her observations which I didn't think were proper. So okay na yon, tapos na yon, pero moving forward nga, Mr. Presiding Officer, I agree with you. And I just need to put this on record kasi nga sinasabing wag tayo masyadong technical, pero to a certain extent, kailangan naman ho natin tingnan naman yung rules natin kasi maayos ho tayo, di ba? So I want to read into the record. This might be a paraphrase na nung sinabi niya ha, kasi sinasummarize namin ng team ko yung statements. And anyway, di ko na mahanap sa phone ko dahil kahapon pa yon. But I recall, no, and feel free to correct me, but this is a minor thing naman. Parang dinescribe niya kung bakit hindi na daw papupuntahin si Attorney Lopez kasi naman daw napakita na daw ng defense yung video kung saan siya ay crying and complaining. So observations na po yun ni Attorney Capunan. Hindi po siya ang witness. Hindi po siya ang dapat nagsasabi sa judges na crying and complaining yung isang testigo. Trabaho po yun ng abogado na i-elicit yun dun sa witness na mapipresenta doon. So yun po yung reason kung bakit hindi pwede yun. We're not being technical, but neither of the lawyers here are allowed to stand up and be the one to explain what you are experiencing. That is that is for the witness to do. Your job is to ask the witness questions. Yun. So to be clear, it's not being technical, but it's making sure that magawa niyo yung trabaho niyo na maayos at magtanong tayo ng maayos sa witnesses. Kung di na pala siya papupuntahin, di no need na to say kung ano yung na-observe. Kasi nga, hindi na ho sa inyo yon as lawyers. Yun lang naman po. Again, my utmost respect for Attorney Capunan and to all of you. You're all doing a great job. Like I said, once in a while, we will be called out. Even I tell the presiding officer, call me out pag sumobra ako, pag medyo nag-exceed tayo ng authority natin, because we're all just trying to do our jobs here. So thank you again, everyone, for your time and patience. Thank you, presiding officer.
Chair in humility accepts the presiding officer's lapses in this regard, as twice pointed out by Senator Judge Pia Cayetano already. The chair will be more mindful in the future, but I also ask the parties to also be equally mindful in case the chair forgets or is not unable to point it out on the part of either party should this happen again. Any
Quick
other points?
manifestation, Your Honor.
Hindi tayo titigil niyan, Jervel, sinasabi ko sa'yo. Yes,
I just want to
one
put
last
on record, Your
manifestation
Honor.
from the Honorable Luistra without prejudice to another manifestation from Counsel for Respondent.
Thank you.
I just want to manifest, Your Honor, that the Honorable Impeachment Court has been very much fair in as far as this issue is concerned. As a matter of fact, the presiding officer even asked the lead defense counsel if she would like to avail of the same opportunity to explain the reason for the withdrawal in the event the defense would be withdrawing likewise their witnesses. Also, Your Honor, may I just add, and with all due respect to Honorable Senator Pia Cayetano, the intention of the prosecution is never to abuse the time of the impeachment court. It is never to influence the senator judges, neither is it to influence the viewing public. The explanation was a statement of the position of the prosecution, and of course it is anticipated that the same is adverse to the other party because it is apparent that we are in the prosecution side while the opposing counsel is on the defense side. But nonetheless, let me reiterate and put on record, Your Honor, the purpose is not to influence the senator judges, neither is it to influence the viewing public. It is only a statement of position of the prosecution for withdrawing the names of the prosecution's witnesses, Your Honor.
Noted, and the ruling of the court stands on the matter.
Just a
Counsel for respondent.
brief counter manifestation, Your Honor. I thank the lead prosecutor for mentioning that the same courtesy was earlier offered to the defense with respect to providing lengthy discourses or manifestations before this court. But I think the point essentially that I'm trying to make is that we're not asking the court for any advantage. What we're merely asking is fairness. That's all, Your Honor. Thank you.
Same answer, noted, and the court stands by its ruling. Any other matters to be taken up from the senator judges? There being none, no other business to be taken up. The trial is hereby adjourned until 2 p.m. of Monday, July 20, 2026.